Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.
Mozaiko restaurant is developing its infrastructure this year. Sopiko Tikaradze, director of food and beverage department at Ambassador Tbilisi, spoke to BMDG about this. Mozaiko is a project of Ambassador Group which hosts guests in the heart of Tbilisi with an updated concept and traditional hospitality. And Ambassador Tbilisi food and beverage director Sopiko Tikaradze said a terrace will be added to the facility this spring due to the fire that occurred 2 years ago. We had to completely change both the construction of the building and the redistribution of the space of Mozaiko, which allowed us to occupy a larger area and accordingly make it more cozy and comfortable. As a result of the incident, 3 floors of the building were completely damaged, so it will be difficult to name the exact amount of investment made directly in Mozaiko, although we can say that in total several $1 million we have spent on the renovation of the building. Sopiko Tikaradze said the tourist facility was closed 2 years ago after the fire in Ambassador, but since November last year, Mozaiko resumed operations and offers customers dishes created according to the best traditions of Asian cuisine. As for employees, Mozaiko currently employs more than 60 people. Hotel Villa Mosavali, located in the village of Akhalubani, a 20 minutes drive from Tbilisi, is expanding its business and plans to complete 2 new projects this year. The company will invest over 20 million lari to open a modern pool with over 250 sun loungers in May and an event space for 1,000 people by the fall. In May, we plan to open a completely new pool that meets modern standards. It will not be just a swimming area. It will be a full-fledged relaxation zone, which will include over 250 sun loungers, meaning that many guests will be able to relax comfortably at the same time. The pool area is distinguished by its special comfort. It will have 5 separate VIP zones, Nicolas Shekriladze noted. As for the arrangement of the event hall, the company's general manager notes that the space will contribute not only to the development of their business, but also to the renovation of the region. Opening of a new event hall is planned for October 2025. The hall is designed for up to 1,000 guests, which creates unique opportunity not only for wedding and parties and concerts, but also for large corporate and international events. In addition to the main hall, a conference space designed for 300 persons will be arranged in the same building, which makes Villa Mosavali one of the most functional locations in Georgia, said Nicolas Shekriladze. Villa Mosavali currently combines a hotel, 2 restaurants and swimming pool and winery. The company creates 60 jobs. With the increase in workload during the season, the number of employees increased to 100. Natia, the founder of Fusfusi, declares that she has increased the Easter Panettone price from 29 lari to 45 lari. According to her, last year when the workload was much higher, the company did not increase the price and they only had profit of 700 lari. Therefore, against the backdrop of the increased cost of raw materials, Fusfusi decided to increase the cost sharply. Against the backdrop of rising costs, I did not increase the price of Easter Panettone last year, and in the end I found that I only had a profit of 700 lari. Therefore, I decided to increase the price from 29 lari to 45 lari. Although I also increased the weight, I would rather receive fewer orders and keep the same quality than not change the price and drop the quality. My customers accepted the increased price adequately because everyone understands our situation now. Moreover, anyone who makes Easter Panettone knows very well that during the baking period you can't take any other type of order, said the founder of Fusfusi. Urshubadze adds that due to the increased price, she has no corporate orders this year. Fusfusi plans to make over 400 Easter Panettones. Due to the 10% tariff imposed by US on Georgia, our partners don't expect any major changes, Akaki Tsoporishvili, CEO of Shumi Winery, told BMDG. According to Akaki Tsoporishvili, the company exports exports wine to the US market with the help of partners. After talking with the partners, the company's CEO says that no special changes are expected for wine and the exports to this market are not in danger. We had a conversation with partners of the Shumi Winery in the USA about how the changes would affect the business. We are interested in our partners' opinions on the exports of Georgian wine. The partners don't expect major changes due to the additional tariffs and believe that the tariff increase for Georgia is small compared to other countries. This will not pose any threat to our future plans in the American market, and they are quite optimistic, said the winery's executive director. US President Donald Trump has imposed additional tariffs on more than 180 countries. Georgia is also included in the list with a basic tariff of 10%. Georgian restaurant Margalita, located on Lagida Street, has been a significant decline in demand in recent months. As a result, the business has experienced a decrease in demand of up to 80%. The restaurant is distinguished by its vintage interior and live music. The founder of the restaurant, Alika Teterashvili, noted in a conversation with BMWG that despite the fact that restaurant is in a tourist location, 90% of their guests are Georgians. This is because in recent months there has been no tourist flow to the country. The last few months, as you know, there has been a difficult situation in the tourist sector. In fact, there were no tourists during these months and we had to adapt Georgian customers. In fact, we had a drop of up to 80%. Now we are loaded at 70% and the number of customers is gradually increasing. At this stage, 90% of our guests are Georgians and up to 10% are international guests, said Alika Teterashvili. The retro-style restaurant Margalita has been on the market since 2020. The customers facility offers its guests Georgian family-style dishes and live music. Products of family dairy enterprise Marita have entered all major chain markets. The founder of the company, Katie Volkwadze, spoke about this with BMG TV. Products will now be available in main chain markets. Customers were very happy with this news because we were unable to deliver the products everywhere, and this was an opportunity. We are gradually expanding throughout Tbilisi. We have already covered the main large chains and will be present in all chains from the end of April. In parallel with Tbilisi, we are planning to enter the regions including Batumi. In addition, we have expanded our assortment and added sweet butter, says the entrepreneur. At the moment, the company has 12 types of products, although, as Volkwadze announces, sour cream will be added to the assortment list. Along with the sales growth, an increase in productivity will be inevitable because we will need more raw materials. We have already started negotiations with several large farms. In addition, we are planning to expand our own farm. We plan to add over 30 heads of cattle, which will increase productivity, said the founder of Marita. Iagos Wine, the founder of Iagos Wine, declares that if all participants, including winemakers, distributors and sellers, take into account the 10% tariff imposed by Trump in their own expenses without changing the price of the product, then sales in the US can be maintained. According to him, it's difficult to make predictions, but if the business circle takes into account several factors, including a higher tariff on European wine, then Trump's tariff policy might have a positive impact on Georgian wine. As of 2024 data, wine consumption has decreased, and this decrease has been observed for 2 years, not only in America but also globally. It's also worth considering that America itself has a large production which will not be affected by the price increase, that we will enter into greater competition with them. If this 10% is distributed among the winemakers, distributors and sellers without price change, then we will be able to maintain sales. Otherwise, I don't think it will be reflected positively. Our American partners are also quite worried, so it's very difficult to make a real focus in this situation, Teterashvili said.
The Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.